Hey readers, Mrs. Kearns here with today's book talk. Today's book is called A Song for a Whale by Lynn Kelly. And I'm going to start with reading a brief short selection from the book and then give you my thoughts on it. All right, here we go. The narrator in the video talked about a whale called Blue 55 who swam around by himself and not in a pod like most whales. As far as anyone knew, it had always been like that. He didn't have any friends or a family to swim with or talk to. He was a type of a baleen whale, the kind who ate plankton and small fish, not the kind with teeth who ate squid and seals. But he was a hybrid. His mother was a blue whale, and his father was a fin whale. The problem, said the narrator, is Blue 55's unique voice. Most whales call out at frequencies of 35 hertz and lower, while this lonely whale's sounds are at around 55 hertz. Only about 20 hertz off, but it made a big difference. He was speaking a language that only he knew. Furthermore, his song is in a unique pattern. Even if other whales can hear him, they don't understand what he's saying. Blue 55 likely couldn't communicate with his own parents. My stomach tightened into a ball. I wanted another whale on the screen to swim up to Blue 55, or at least look at him. Can you imagine that? Miss Amala asked, swimming around for all those years, unable to communicate with anyone? Yes. She said something else about frequencies, but I wasn't paying attention anymore. I looked through Mr. Charles as if I could still see that whale on the screen. Blue 55 didn't have a pod of friends or a family who spoke his language, but he still sang. He was calling, and no one heard him. This is what life is like for 12-year-old Iris. She feels isolated, alone, as if no one hears her or cares to. In the defense of her classmates, Iris is deaf, so communicating with her can be challenging. Some, like the annoying Nina, have tried to learn sign language, to talk with her, but Iris is pretty sure that it was just to suck up to the teachers. She does have a translator, Mr. Charles, who helps, but most of the time he uses a notepad to write what she's thinking. Not the ideal way to make friends. Sometimes it's just easier to say nothing at all. And that's how she was feeling in science class that day, when her favorite teacher played the video about Blue 55, a whale whose song couldn't be understood by any other creature in the sea. Iris felt an immediate connection with this whale. Finally, a way to describe exactly how she had been feeling. Iris couldn't stop thinking about this whale. She tried, but the pull of the whale was more than she could ignore. She reached out to a research lab in Alaska that had tried and failed to put a tracker on Blue 55, and they told her the time was near to try again and see if they could place a tracker on him. Iris knew she needed to do something big to let this whale know he wasn't alone. So she set about creating a special project in hopes of making the journey to Alaska to meet the whale and give him a gift. But after her parents say no to a spur-of-the-moment trip to Alaska from their home in Houston, Texas, I know, sometimes parents just don't get it. She has to come up with Plan B, and she gets help from an unexpected accomplice. Read Lynn Kelly's Song for a Whale to have your heart warmed by this realistic fiction novel that proves marching to your own beat is just what it might take to finally have your song heard. Definitely check out this beautiful story. Happy reading.